and this is the first match that we have for you today. A best of 5 series between this player spawning in the top right of Deadwing, representing my insanity. He goes by the name of Sacsri. And his opponent, representing Samsung Galaxy in the bottom right corner. He is the orange Terran player. It says Ham, but it is Samsung Galaxy, and he goes by the name of Journey. So you get two very high-level, very skilled players. Sacsri just recently qualifying for Codes not too long ago. And he's going up against Journey today here, and I'm pretty excited. I think in his group, Sacsri was one of the favorites to get through it as well, but I remember when it was still a little bit of a surprise. You know, it was like him or Jon Snow that would be the ones that didn't make it through. When you did look at a group that had Tasia as well as Jaedong in it. But he turned it on, man, and he definitely showed that he can hang with the best. And I love the fact that we are starting here on Deadwing today, by the way. It's going to be TVZ. A little bit sad that it's not going to be cross positions, but still, you know, it is going to be most likely the potential of having a wonderful macro TVZ to start things out. But if not, it's okay. It's always good to see some really nicely executed builds by both players, no matter what. And we'll see how it does go. Journey, looking like he would be starting out with a CC first. Very standard here for Deadwing, though. And Sacsri, I think he just went for the hatch first. Hasn't put down a gas just yet. So it wasn't a hatch gas pool. It was more so just a hatchery into the pool. And he might be going for a gasless style. Maybe so. I always wonder if he would be going for a 2-base muta against CC first. Whether it would favor you as well, you know, because the CC first is kind of like the more economic opener, and you're not trying to really put too much pressure on just yet. But if you do for like a 2-base muta, then maybe he'll already have enough Marines out, because you don't open up with the Reaper usually to deal with some mutas, and even get like an engineering bay to get that turret up. But we'll see what it is that Sacsri does do here. I'm a bit interested too. Anytime a Zerg player opens up without any gas, it's always something to see. I know a lot of players approach it differently. It used to almost mean it has to be roaches or something like that, but no, nowadays it can be into the mutas. It can be into just a little bit of a later third with more queens. But Sacsri, we'll see. Because Journey's opened up with that CC first as well. And he's just patrolling around, denying a bit of the scouting. Not going to really deny too much of it, though. I mean, it is only going to be one Marine. And I like here what Sacsri is doing. He is going to be killing these rocks so that he doesn't have to deal with a tank drop. Yeah, and in these positions, it'd be a lot easier to pull something off like that. But with the reactor going down on that factory, I don't think that is what we're going to see. However, there is a starport coming out of here for Journey. And with the tech lab going on that barracks, excuse me, he may be going into that Cloak Banshee. I'm not sure. It still could be for a medevac, and then just but in this case, is most likely it will be that Cloak Banshee. Just getting that tech lab to time it, and then just put on the pressure with the Hellions and the Banshee. How many queens is Sacsri going to be going up to? It looks like 4. And there is going to be a Roach Warren that gets put down here, so he will be able to defend against the Hellions on the ground, and then use those queens in order to deal with the Banshee in the sky. So I think he should be alright. Only threat, I would say, would be the lack of detection, as the lair just started. But this is a quicker lair than most, because of his first 100 gas did go right into that lair. I don't believe that he went for the speed yet, so yeah, that's pretty much as fast of a lair, excuse me, as fast as of a lair that you can get. So, while going gasless, that is. You know, and if you're able to get a few roaches up, you can deal with these Hellions so much easier. So we'll see if he does that. Double engineering bay coming out of here for Journey, so he will be transitioning into that bio. And with that Banshee coming, actually, he is making a medevac here. So he is researching Cloak. Something that you used to see something like this, right? Like the opposite, where you research Cloak to make it look like you're going Cloak Banshee, but then you make like a Viking or something, maybe even a Raven. But nope, he's going to cancel that right immediately and then go ahead and drop a barracks. And now it's going to be medevac, so he might actually commit to this defense, perhaps. But we see a Nidus Worm coming down of here. Oh, for Sacsri. And, you know, Nidus Worm with Roaches and Queens are going to be pretty good. Because he's not even going to have that Banshee out. He won't have the Banshee in order to deal with those Roaches eventually, which is what your best bet would be to do, especially when you're going for Hellion Banshee. He's getting some Marauders here. I don't know if he spotted the Nidus Worm just yet. I don't think he has. 4 Hellions might get a few drone kills, but the real threat here is that Nidus Worm. Oh, how many Roaches is it going to be? And where's the Overlord there? The Viking was shooing them away. He might not even go into the main. He might just bust into the natural. And there he goes. Nidus Worm going down at the 3rd of Journey. But Journey has dropped a few Hellions, forcing a few of those drones to evacuate here. There are a lot of Roaches, and Journey doesn't see the Nidus Worm. He doesn't even see the Nidus network either. I didn't see how many workers were killed. 11 workers were killed, so I was looking at the Nidus Worm, and I knew that the drop was happening, but I was like, uh-oh. This is going to be a little bit scary to deal with, especially because there's not going to be that Banshee there, so it's only going to be the bunker, and there's 3 additional bunkers going down. SCVs are dropping like flies, and Sacsri returning the favor, but look at that. Journey in the natural of Sacsri too, getting a few more kills with those Hellions, but the bunker 1 goes down. There's still 2 more, and now there's going to be an additional one. The Queen's going to try to do a little damage as well. How much damage is being done? 16 workers have been killed here by Sacsri. This is triple command center, so he should be able to remake it, but no, he has to actually survive here. 2 Marauders out. Stim is almost done here, but there are a lot of Roaches, and there's going to be a lot more Queens as well. As he just goes in. A siege tank gets in a decent position, but that's actually on the low ground. With that bunker there holding the line, that tank is going to be the savior here, and I think it's actually going to be able to hold. And Sacsri is pulled back. He has to pull back. He's pushed back here by Journey. We did a bit of economic damage with those Hellions as well. He did lose that medevac though. But, not too bad, because usually you're the one losing all of your SCVs, and then the economy of your Zerg opponent is pretty much intact. Not this time though. Oh, Journey, so cheeky. Gonna run and snipe the Nidus Worm and then run back home. Unbelievable. I'm like, wow, you really have to have the cojones to do that. And he does. He's going to go and boost across the map as Sacsri feels like he's forced to go home. He has to take the long route as he doesn't have the Nidus network in order to get there anymore. Well, the Nidus Worm itself. This drop is going to get to Sacsri's home before he does. I think a bit of damage will be done here. These do have Stim, and they do have the +1 upgrade. They have 1-1 actually, but with a few Roaches here from Sacsri, he should be able to at least push this away. But the main important part is that Journey survived, and he actually got damage done. Very surprised that he was able to survive that. It was a very scary attack. But he did it. And he didn't even go for the Banshee. That's what I was wondering. Like, if you don't go for the Banshee, then yeah, it takes forever for their Roaches to die to them, but you know, eventually when you get 2 to 3 of them out, you can actually clean it up. Getting that siege tank out and then having a few Marauders was what allowed him to do it. And look at that, Journey getting what he can when he can. As he goes and he picks off 2 more Roaches and an Overlord, supply blocking Sacsri. But Sacsri is going to be transitioning here into 1-1. He is behind in the upgrades, getting speed, but he's also getting road speed as well. And that Baling Nest is done. I wouldn't be surprised if we saw Baling speed done. Oh, that medevac getting so low. But I really like that Sacsri was spreading the creep to the 3rd. Journey doesn't care though. He's just going to go and take the other 3rd. And some would argue that is the safer 3rd to take, as all of these units are killing the rocks here. Much easier to defend against mutas. But it doesn't even look like that's going to be the path that Sacsri goes down. He's just going to be going into a Roach Bane. And with the being so far behind in the upgrades, I am a little bit worried. That medevac is so low though, although it does only have 1 unit inside of it. 1-1 finishing up here for Sacsri very soon. Overseer coming in. It does have full energy, so he probably doesn't want to die. He wants to get a Contaminate perhaps on those upgrades. Sacsri is starting to fall behind in them. That may be actually a really good idea, but he's just going to use it for a Changeling. And Sacsri is on 3 bases right now. Journey is only on... Well, Journey is on 3 bases, while Sacsri is only on 3 bases is what I meant to say. He's going to go for a Roach Bane style, but he's starting to fall behind in supply. No fourth in sight just yet. Even getting a macro hatch before it. I wonder if Sacsri just going to go for one big 3-base attack and then even utilizing the Nidus Swarm, he could if he wanted to. Gonna get a Contaminate though on that Siege Tank right there. So not gonna go for the upgrades, gonna go right for the production. And here comes a big attack, yo. Baneling speed is not done just yet. And he does need to back off that creep, but he is able to get a few of those tumors away. And 3 drops are actually heading into the main of Sacsri. A big scan here at the third, maybe to force the attention while cleaning the creep as well. Gonna go in. Yep, the roaches are out of position. Baneling speed's not done yet. But there is a Spore Crawler here, which could be able to deal with the medevac, but not anymore if it goes down that quickly. And now the third is under fire as well. But Journey not gonna test it there as he just focuses more on the attack inside of the main. And there's really not that much here, as a lot of these units are going down. 1-1 is done for both sides, but I don't think the roaches have it. And oh my god, all those drones are going to be going down. Sacsri is losing so many units here, but the third as well. Going to lose a few over there. Supply is dropping pretty rapidly here for Sacsri. That is his economy. 38 drones, and he's trying to get his fourth up. The main's not even fully mined out, especially because there's just been so much pressure on both the main and the natural. It's pretty funny, just the fact that he's trying to take a fourth, but he barely has enough drones to saturate 3. And that is not the point you want to be in here when you're playing against a player like Journey in the macro game. Journey just playing this so carefully, you know? He hasn't really committed too much to anything, but his economy is something that he's committed to, and he's pushing out here with 2-2. 3-3 already on the way, as well as Drilling Claws. Even another base coming. 4 are going to be here. He is going to go. He has a stim. He has how many medevacs? 11 medevacs as well. There are no mutas in the sky. There's nothing to really contest that medevac count, but it is going to be that addition of corruptors, but that is a lot of units coming out of here. There's 123 army supply to only 89. Siege tanks are going to get in position, and now they're not even fully overextended either, as they have a few positioning in the back as well. And this is just a lot of units. Journey losing a few units though, and these things are going to try to re-siege. The creep has been pushed back, but there is another drop inside of the main. Once again, Corruptors, a lot beefier than Mutas, will be able to take out those medevacs from a safer distance, but the issue here is that the siege tanks also are going to be seized up by the third. And now Sacsri doesn't have the units to try to deal with both of this, and the positioning, he can't really do anything about it. He has to go all the way around, and if he kills those units, that'd be great. But so I feel like Journey could just lift on up, and the siege tanks would still be safe. So he has to be very careful on how he chooses to engage this. And I don't know. I don't know what Sacsri is going to do. And there you go. Big lift up. There are some Corruptors here, and now the siege tanks are going to be able to keep on shelling away at those units. And so many drones have been killed this game, man. Like, 56 in total. That's a lot of drones, man. Like, Sacsri doesn't even have 56 drones, period. I don't even know if he's ever been at that point, at any point in the game, but you know what? Counterattack just going to go on in for it. Journey not as fully concerned with it, as a big Widow Mine. It will hit a lot of those Banelings, and he is going to do some counter damage himself, continuing to attack at the third of Sacsri. It's just not enough here for Sacsri. Sacsri is not even going to be able to push on this front, and GG will be called. Journey gilling him, apparently, because he just took that game pretty well. Alright, ladies and gents, welcome back here to game number 2 of the ASL Prime League quarterfinals, as we have a best-of-5 series spawning in the bottom left corner, representing that Samsung Galaxy as well as Korea. His name is Journey. And he has a 1-0 lead in this best-of-5. But this guy who will be trying to bring it back, representing my insanity as well as Korea, I believe. I'm not sure if he's in the team house or not, but either way, he is the Blue Zerg player, down 1, but can bring it back for sure. His name is Sacsri. Can he do it? Can he do it? That is the question. Not only we ask, but he has to ask himself too. Because if you defeat yourself before you go into the match, especially saying like, I can't beat Journey or something like that, then that's never the good spot to be in. And I don't think Sacsri is a player that would ever do that. Recently qualifying for Code S. Very strong player anyway. He's always been a strong player. And he's in a matchup that he's pretty good at. So he will be going into this one here with a little bit of a deficit, but, you know, he did kind of gamble on Deadwing, trying to go for that 2-base Roachinitis. And Journey was able to cover his bases and then defend against it. But we haven't really seen them go toe-to-toe, I would say, in a straight-up, quote-unquote, standard game. But, oh man, the battle of the death. Battle to the death. Who's going to do it? They play chicken at the last second. As that SCV might go in for that final swing. I don't know. He's thinking about it. He is thinking about it, but not going to happen anymore. He does see that third base get spotted. And Journey, though, changing things up a little bit here, as he is adding a double barracks here. I believe it was a CC first, but he decided to go into a double barracks. And only one of them have been spotted by the Overlord. And this is a little bit interesting, actually. Is he gonna 2-rax the third here? He's gonna 2-rax the third. Something that you don't really see that often. And it's not like Sacsri went for a 3-ash before pool or anything, but if he's able to get that out, I think he's going to be in a little bit of trouble, that third. And he's going to need a lot of lings in order to surround it. And he doesn't have speed, so he can't really get those reinforcing Marines either. And you know, Journey may not even commit too much to this if he does decide to go for it. May just make like 4 Marines for it and then defend back at home. Oh man, Sacsri's making a lot of lings here though. This is not something that you usually will see. If you expect that it's going to be a Reaper, then you use him to be at home. But Sacsri is making a lot of slow lings, and there's no bunker. But there is a good wall, and there's a lot of Marines out, but they're just not all together. Another bunker going down here at the third base. This is a bit of an awkward situation that Journey was probably not expecting. Gonna have to pull some SCVs here, and yeah, even an SCV might go down, but that is an investment by Sacsri. And he just still has no idea about the bunker, does he? Oh, he does. He knows. I think he does. So the creep is there. There are bunkers there, but there's no Marines inside of them. One of them will make that pilgrimage across the map into that bunker. And he's going to take a lot of time before he kills that one, for sure. But Sacsri going to be able to deal with the reinforcements, most likely. 4 lings versus 2 Marines. They're going to be 3 here in a second. I think one of those Marines can go down, though, and it will at least. And this is beautiful here for Sacsri, meaning that there will be no reinforcing Marines. Very, very funny opener here. Very funny opener, I would say. And this hatchery, I don't think should go down. Like, that one Marine, man, he's probably going to run out of ammo before that even happens. We'll see if that's the case, but Sacsri's already invested in the Spine Crawler. He's going to push it on forward. There is only 1 Marine for 2 bunkers. He's going to salvage one of them at least. And yeah, it's not really the DPS here. And if Sacsri doesn't overreact, then he should be good too. He can drone up. We'll see what it is, man. He has a not a bunker, but a Baneling Nest going down. Speed is already done, or on the way, very close to being done. And with no Evo Chambers either, and a second gas coming down, we may see a lot of lings come out of here. And a big Baneling Busk is very, very possible. But also, you know, you see the Baneling Nest go down for the Zerg player, usually because of Hellbats. So you don't want to die straight up to Hellbats, especially if you're not going for Roach. But this is something different coming out of Journey. Gonna have another factory coming down, but he already has 2 barracks. It makes me wonder if we're gonna see what he did before, where he did like I can't remember if he started with mech or started with bio, but in his last series, he actually went for like a very big bio mech composition. And there is going to be a Baneling bust, and yep, these 2 Hellions are going to get caught. There are a lot of Banelings coming. Journey going to lose all of his Hellions, and he has to pull all of the SCVs, and they're all clumped up. Going to get hit. GG will be called. Wow, he just got totally blindsided by that. In the quarterfinals, this is game number 3. You are watching the ASL Prime League. It is Season 4. And here spawning, representing Samsung Galaxy. And very cheeky builds all around. It is going to be your yellow, or I say orange, Terran player, Journey. And his opponent, Spawning in the bottom right, bringing it back after being down 1. He is the blue Zerg player representing my insanity. It is Sacsri. Very well done there in the last game. Kind of a weird build out of Journey for sure, but Sacsri, man, showing that aggression, going back onto the other side of the map, getting all the reinforcements, and then following it up with the Baneling bust before Journey's able to kick in that third command center economy. So, you know, just reading perfect reads and perfect responses is very important here. So I was very impressed by that. And we'll see if we see something kind of crazy like that again, but I don't know. Catalina, a map that does love these units here, or at least these units love this map quite a bit. So many different cliffs you can jump up and down from. And I'm gonna go into more than just 1 Reaper. He might actually go into 3 Reapers. I wouldn't be surprised if he did. Especially because he hasn't, well, we'll see when he gets to 100 gas, if he does go for that factory, but I think a 3rd Reaper would be fine. Somebody was pointing out yesterday that 2 Reaper is pretty much kind of pointless. You might as well just go for all 3 or just 1, the regular scouting one. And there he goes. There you go, that 3 Reaper. Going on in. Gonna get a Ling kill, which is very expected. But he has to be very careful with it, and he is. Just a little bit, but oh my god, I think it's 2 more hits until it does die, but if it doesn't go too deep onto the creep and then the queen doesn't get a shot on it, he should be alright. And with the 2nd Reaper coming here, he can start to put a lot more pressure on Journey, playing with fire, but that's pretty much what you do when you become a Reaper, so there's nothing wrong with that for sure. Sacsri though getting speed on a regular timing, not going to go for the gas list this time. Does realize that the threat of the Reapers are very much there on such a map, and such a player who would love to be aggressive too. These Reapers are going to meet up with number 3, all going to get up into that base, try to get that queen kill if they can, but Johnny, I think, is not going to expect 2 queens to be here. Maybe expecting it to be in the main, or in the natural rather, but there he goes. 2 queens being there will allow some good focus fire on those Reapers. Uh-oh, Journey has stopped for a second though. And very nice defense here from Sacsri. He's lost a few units, but you almost always will lose a few Lings whenever you do go against 3 Reaper. I think it's almost expected. But that's what the Lings are pretty much there for, to kind of sacrifice. You know, it's a very, very brave life that they live. And we will forever remember them. They gave their life so that Sacsri can have an uninterrupted economy and be able to just continue to drone up and not really have to worry about making like spore crawlers or extractors to save the drones. Hellions have already entered the map, but there are 3 Reapers with here, and they are going to meet up with those other Lings, and they're going to get a few more kills themselves, and only 2 more remain. Behind all of this, a 3rd command center comes out, also a medevac, and with these Hellions, I think we may even see an armory come down, but he may not decide to go that route and just continue to use the Hellions the way that he did on Deadwing, where he dropped them. Didn't even need the Hellbats for it. He just went on in. Journey's been a guy that loves to do this kind of play. Elevatoring Hellions, like, doesn't need them to be Hellbats and going for the brute force push. He tries to more so disrupt the economy and cancel the creep spread with the Reapers if he can. Baneling that's coming down here from Sacsri though. Once again, a very, very late 3rd. Makes me wonder what it is that he's going to be planning to do here. I think he might be reading into this as a Hellbat attack, and it will be a 2-base Spire. And here we go. It is going to be Hellions once again. There are a few Banelings, that there are not that many Lings, and the Queens are a little bit out of position. I don't know if Sacsri is actually expecting this. Here come the forces, and 3 Reapers also add a lot of DPS. Lings are going to be in the front here, going to get kind of caught, but the Banelings might get some good connections. Oh, the focus fire though, but whoa, getting a little bit too ambitious there. And Journey, I think he lost a little bit more than he wanted to do there. And I don't believe he was able to spot the Spire. So maybe he can kind of put 2 and 2 together and assume that it is going to be a 2-base Spire. But remember, in game number 1, it was 2-base Roach. So if he prepares for a Roach all-in, then that's going to be not what he needs to defend against 2-base Muta. And I don't even see a turret coming up here. I think that their engineering bays, yeah, they have just ended. They completed not too long ago. And he can make those turrets, but if he's expecting those Roaches, then he's going to be in a bit of a surprise. He's going to be surprised. in a world of hurt. But no, two of these, and well, engineering base, two of the turrets are going to be going up. Sacsri is supply blocked. This Viking actually going around getting Overlord kills, denying that vision in case it would be some kind of two-base Roachnitis. But here come a lot of Banelings, and there's not a lot here for Journey. Uh-oh, gonna bust up the front again, and look at all of the Lings coming in. That's a lot of SCVs for these Banelings to hit. And no, these Lings might not even let them get there. The supply depot does get up, but whoop. Gonna have to be careful not to waste the Baneling, because you will need them for the units. But no, Sacsri doesn't care. He's just gonna use them on there. On whatever SCVs he can get his hands on. Viking even landing here to try to deal with this. Journey feeling the pressure that he does need to get a little bit of damage done, or at least a good defense, and no, won't even happen. Falls once again to the Banelings of Sacsri. We're back from the break, and here we are on Inferno Pools for game number 4 of the quarterfinals of the ASL Prime League Season 4. And one game away from making it to the semifinals. He is representing My Insanity. He is the Blue Zerg player. It is Sacsri. And one game away from elimination, but has the potential to bring it back. Did say that he was a bit tired. It is going to be the orange Terran player representing Samsung Galaxy, Journey. Alright. Yeah, in the lobby he did say he was so tired. Apparently he didn't sleep or something. I don't know, he said 2 a.m. still playing. I don't know if he meant he was playing from then, or if he just decided to go somewhere in the world that it's 2 a.m. right now and is hanging out there. Not sure, but I assume that he is in Korea at the moment. But let's see if Journey can bring it back. He's done it before. Well, usually he's looking very dominant, to be honest, but we'll see if he's able to bring it back after being down here. Sacsri, though, going to be opening up with what looks like a hatch gas into a pool. And Journey looking like he wants to go for that multiple Reaper build once again. He did see that Overlord, I believe, so he doesn't know where to send his Reapers at the moment. And is he going to go into 3 again? This is a good map to use them once again. Although not quite as good as Catalina, I would say. But I think they share very similar qualities in the fact that if you spawn in this position like this, you get pretty much a free shot into the main. And that's important as well. And yeah, Sacsri knows that. Gonna get surprised a bit here, but not gonna lose it. Keeping that drone alive! Oh, gonna lose a drone though. And now, going for the hatch gas pool. Yeah, your pool is a little bit later because you do get that gas and the speed out a little bit faster. But it just means that your queens are a little bit delayed, and with multiple Reapers, you might actually lose more than just those Lings that you're supposed to. So I think this is a very, very annoying part of the game. Usually, some players actually will tilt, even after losing one drone. But I don't think Sacsri has. He actually saved one of his drones, ended up losing one. And he did lose a few Lings, I think. Maybe just one, though. Oh no, 3 Lings actually were lost. So very nice movements here from Journey, showing that he's not going to go out without a fight. And he is going into, is it triple? Yeah, triple Reaper. He kept all of his Reapers alive last time, so if he's able to do that once again, he doesn't get caught by surprise. But it's really him getting caught by surprise. First game, he was right on top of it, but the other ones, he didn't really see it coming. Sacsri was able to be very sneaky with those Lings and the Banes, getting a really nice bust, and then before the economy of that 3 command center is able to kick in, it's just too much Zerg in the base. And that's exactly what we saw. We'll see if it happens again. I'm a little bit worried on this map, only because of how wide open the natural is. Like, it's one of those maps that are just so hard to deal. Even in like ZVZ, you see a lot of Ling Bane. And that's a lot of Lings coming out of here from Sacsri. These are mainly to deal with the Hellions, most likely, but he's actually getting on the aggressive here. Wanted to catch those Reapers, but Journey did pull back in time. Does see that there really is no defense. And there really is no defense, like at all. It's going to be Cloak Banshee once again coming out of here from Journey. And there's only 2 Hellions out right now. Sacsri knows exactly where those are. And is he going to go for the attack? He could. Or he could just save them. And it looks like that's what he's going to do. Save the Lings for another day. And I wonder if we're going to see that delayed third again. It looks like it, but it is going to be going over towards that gold base. And yeah, the gold income will be better. It's almost a better base to take anyway. That's why this map gets a little bit awkward too, because it's kind of hard to defend if they do go onto that high ground. But if you take the other base, then it's like so much closer to your opponent, and then they can drop you there. They can go in between that base and then your main. It can get really, really ugly, and Sacsri feels like it's a much better idea to just go ahead and take that gold. And I don't blame him either. I don't blame him at all. Journey, though, going into those Banshees, not faking it this time, actually getting it, but I don't believe he's investing into the cloak upgrade. So, gonna rely more on his micro than the lack of detection here. And the third command center is already done. So once again, he's going into this very heavy economy. And it kind of killed him the last few games because he wasn't able to have enough units to defend. But I think maybe he has learned his lesson, perhaps. Gonna have that Banshee coming too. Viking going around, getting rid of all vision in order to maybe negate the possibility of a Nidus as well. But Journey is, he doesn't really know what Sacsri's up to. He knows about the gold now, though, but he knows that it has just now been taken. Sacsri has not gone for a lair just yet. You know, it's a 9-minute mark, and he's just going to be droning up. Hasn't got that lair. He did go for the safety Banes, and he will be able to get a good surround here on all of these Hellions, maybe. Oh, Journey gonna lose pretty much all of these Hellions. I think, yeah, he may be in a little bit of a rough spot here. A few more Hellions are going to be able to go and join the fray, but now the Banshee, where is it going to go? It's going to go help the units out instead of going to harass the economy of Sacsri. This is not too bad at all. Is Sacsri going to do it once again, where he just goes and does a big bailing attack? And if he doesn't, is Journey going to be ready for it? I don't know. There is only one Marine inside of that bunker. The depot was down. Oh, could have been baiting it there. It's a lot of Hellions that are coming out. Armory is completed. Double factory as well in production. Gonna be going for that mech, it looks like. And like I was talking earlier, even before the break, Saber was like, "Hey, where's that biomech style that we were watching Journey do earlier?" And maybe he will do it. He's gonna at least start it out with the mech opener, as he does add on those factories, already getting that +1 ship and vehicle weapons. And the Banshee hasn't really done too much damage yet, but it looks like it's just going to be part of the attack. So here comes some Hellbats as well as the Banshees. One Banshee needs to be very careful. That is going to go down if he's not careful. Spore Crawler is inside of there too. The mineral line. Uh-oh, one Banshee goes down. Without that cloak, he can't really take advantage of the fact that there is no Overseer here, even though there is a Spore Crawler. So Hellions and Banshees, though, they're actually doing quite a bit of work. Third base is already mining here for Journey. Sacsri getting off of creep, though. Journey not paying attention, but I'm gonna get it right in the nick of time. And if you look at the drone count, it's only at 45, so I'm a little bit worried here. I don't know if he had lost a few. Doesn't seem like he lost too many drones, but he definitely wasn't making them. And even more are gonna get caught here as they do try to transfer. 4 Hellions gonna get into the natural. A scan here, maybe getting even a little bit of the creep. Not necessarily, though. And he sees that there is a Roach Warren. And a double Evo chamber. Sacsri looking like he does want to go into that 1-1 Roach style. And I think the timing is past where he can actually catch Journey off guard with it. Journey's really starting to get his economy going. He's really starting to get a lot of his units out too. Continuing to make the Banshees. And you know what? He didn't invest in... Oh, he did invest into the cloak. So after he did. And here we go. Barracks going on that. As well as a tech lab. Is he going to switch to factory with that, or is he going to start making bio units here? I think he's going to... yeah, he's getting stim. +1/+1 infantry is on the way, too. Sacsri going to be committing here to Roaches and Hydras, most likely. But it is going to be a very, maybe tank-favored biomech. Once again, Journey doing it up. Dropping another barracks. He's on the 3-base economy. But Sacsri does have the gold. So even though he does have a lower drone count, he doesn't need as many drones. He actually, I believe, just needs to saturate the gas there, and he'll be okay. But okay is kind of a relative statement here, as okay against a 3-base Terran yourself isn't really going to cut it, I don't think. So you don't want to be just okay. You want to be miles ahead and able to trade out with the mech army, and then eventually maybe out-tech switch them as well. Don't know if we will be able to see that, because even Journey is going to be the one that's doing the tech switch. But the thing I like about Journey's style with this is that it's not only just a tech switch into bio, it's actually a composition that has all of those units in it. And then even when he loses the army, he continues to make tanks, the Banshees, and whatever else he decides to put in it. 3 tanks at a time with no Mutalisk play. This is actually the best case scenario, as Roach Hydra doesn't do too well against tanks, but open ground and all of this area and space is going to be the best here for Sacsri. Uh-oh, a lot of Hellions going down here on the right side of the map. But here comes a lot of the production here from Journey. He's already up to 71 SCVs. Triple Mule drop in as well. And yeah, he's going to start adding on some Medivacs here. So not only can he heal his army, but he could start to do a little bit of some drops because it is going to be Roach Hydra. And that means that there's not going to be any way to deal with the drops except for the static defense and even maybe the queens. One thing that Sacsri does have going for him is that the upgrades, he is going to have a much better time, especially going Roach Hydra, because those 2-2 upgrades are going to be lining up around with, well, actually, I don't see that his Carapace had started. His Carapace was a little bit later here, so he could have had a much bigger lead here. However, Journey kind of been slacking a bit on his armor upgrade for his infantry too, so alright, not too bad, I guess. They're kind of on these kind of awkward upgrades. It's hard to know exactly who has the upper hand here, but it looks like the army composition as well as the army value is going to be in Journey's favor pretty heavily, and he's just going to go for a big old push here. There's not a lot of Hydras just yet. 2-2 is not done, but the Vipers are on the way. The Vipers could make a huge difference with the tanks. Journey cannot stack up all of his tanks there. He is trying to get in here, and he will get a bit of damage done, killing a lot of the Overlords. Sacsri biding his time, trying to wait until 2-2 is completed. +2 attack is already done, but +2 armor is not done. I think Journey can see these. No, he can't see the Vipers just yet. He doesn't know, and here they come. The tanks are spread, though, and it's going to be Abducts here, and there are a lot of them. Oh, that was some really, really good blinding clouds going down on pretty much all of the tanks, but is the sheer numbers going to be too much here? Marauder's doing so well against those Roaches. Hellions going to try to buffer a little bit more, but the surround, you know, the positioning is not too bad. The Banshees actually are going to be the ones that keep Journey here, I think. Oh, even saving that tank, they are getting a little bit of creep on them, too. It's kind of funny when you look at it, but that is not too funny here for Sacsri. I don't think he's laughing at all, as he is about to lose his gold base, is going to go down. Banshee's getting dangerously low. They do have Cloak, remember, here, but there is a Spore Crawler that can defend, or at least detect, and these is not enough numbers here for Sacsri. Yeah, Hydras do pretty well if there's not too many tanks, but there are, I think there's one tank here that's sieged up. Another good, Blinding Cloud. The third is already down, so Sacsri is kind of just defending nothing at the moment, as he's kind of caught in the middle, and that's it. He's caught in the middle of a series, boys, because it is going to be tied up 2-2. The game we've been waiting for, game number 5, to decide who moves on to the semifinals of the ASL Prime. It is going to be this guy in the top. Is representing Samsung Galaxy, Journey. And he is a man for sure, as he's putting his barracks outside of his own base. But his opponent is spawning in the south, representing My Insanity. He is the Blue Zerg player, and his name is Sacsri. Now this is a really bit of a peculiar barracks placement. You know, some would say it's primarily of Sacsri. Well, much the same as a regular Reaper opener. And if Sacsri were to scout, you may look at it and see, uh-oh, it's proxy dug, and kind of freak out. See how he would overreact. Journey, though, just going to be able to get a few Reapers out here. If he does anything like he did in the past few games, he is going to go into at least 3. But I think it's more of a mind game here, depending on if there was a scout. The Overlord. Viney is a pretty big map, so it does take that Overlord a bit of time, and the natural is closer than the main. So it's not like you're going to, like, Overgrowth, where you can send it right to that ramp. You can usually send it right to the ramp and see if there's a barracks there. But we'll see. We'll see how it does go down. I'm a bit interested to see what it is that Journey's planning here, because Sacsri is not really doing anything too out of the ordinary. He is going for another gasless build, it looks like, and here comes the Reaper, number 1. Gonna get there a little bit quicker, most likely, but it's not like really quick, you know, super duper quick that you have to be very, very aware or cautious that it could be proxied. So I don't think that Sacsri is thinking that it's going to be a proxy. It technically is, you know, just a little bit quicker. The reinforcements will get there quicker, and the queen does get out, and as soon as the queen is out, it gets a little bit easier to defend here. You can start to chip away at the HP of those Reapers, and that is what he will do. But also, the Reapers are chipping away at the health of the queen. When that third Reaper comes in, you know what that means. They're going to start going in on that queen, as these Reapers are going to be able to regenerate. The only way queens can regenerate, really, are when they get that transfuse. But they also get regular, I think, inherent Zerg regen. Not as fast as the Reapers, though. So, but here they come, the Reapers, once again. There are 2 queens here, so Journey going to get met by 2 Lings and 2 queens. And if he loses that Reaper, this becomes significantly less strong. And that weakened one needs to be so careful, man. And there's... Oh! 1 goes down. Now Journey is like, didn't get the queen that he wanted to. And with the gasless opener, usually you do have 4 queens, so a 3rd queen to defend. It's going to be pretty nice on a map like Vani, where it's kind of predictable where the Reapers are going to be jumping from. And he did that pretty well. He did that very nicely, and he's droning up. Droning up very heavily here, up to 34. And he's dropping a Roach Warren already. Ooh, I'm intrigued. We'll see, man. He did do this a little bit last time before. The first 100 gas went into that lair. Didn't end up working out for him, but, you know, if at first you don't succeed, I always say, make more Nidus Worms. That's how the old rhyme did go. But I don't know if that's what he's going to do here. The first 100 gas, even if you're not going for the Nidus Worm, still will go to lair if you decide to drop like a double Evo and start to get those upgrades. So we'll see if he actually puts it down. Haven't seen it just yet here, so the Roach is already being made. Yeah, man. Okay, there it goes. Double Evo Chamber going down. He will go ahead and get those upgrades. And Journey, getting that triple CC, has done it pretty much every game. We haven't seen any game, I don't think, where he hasn't dropped that 3rd CC. And maybe it's cost him a few games because Sacsri kind of capitalized on the all-in to follow it up. Or to respond to it. But it's still a very safe build. I mean, most Terrans still like to go for it anyway. He hasn't really been the type of player to do a lot of the Hellbat shenanigans either. He did do it on the last map, but it was part of his unit composition of it, as he was going into mech anyway. So he's not going to put himself behind, though, in any situation here by going for a very aggressive opener and then kind of putting himself behind by hoping that it does big economic damage. And you know what? It's probably a good reason, or a good thing that he didn't. Because Sacsri is a player that doesn't really open up too many holes in his defenses here. Like, his openers are very, very aggressive, as he is already going for the Roach Warren. The lair's done. Spire is going to go down right after it, though. And that Viking, once again, going around the map, getting 2 Overlord kills. May even be able to get a little bit of a scout, just looking to see if he can get one. And not even stopping for the Overlords yet. He could get one more if he wanted to, I bet. Even an Overseer would be nice as well. This one has stopped. Gonna take a few more shots than that, though. 1-1 already on the way here for Journey. He does have Stim almost done, too. Medevacs are gonna be popping out, and yeah, they should be done by that 10-minute mark. Keep in mind, Journey here didn't even really do any Hellion pressure this game. Playing it very greedy. Almost, yeah, Marine King style. As he just went right into the biome. There really were not that many Hellions, and that's really good that he didn't use them, because Roaches do incredibly well against them. Sacsri, though, he made those Roaches and only to defend. Cancel that upgrade. Goes for the ranged, or the melee, rather. Getting that melee upgrade is going to make him do a lot better. And he's going into Ling Bling Muta. The only thing that I do worry about is the fact that they are that late. You know, his carapace will be done, so he won't get one-shot by tanks. But he is going to be a little bit behind in the upgrade department. Quadruple drop. Oh, no, I thought that was quadruple drop. Jeez. 2 medevacs on the right side. Going to meet those Mutalisks, though. But the Hellions on the left side aren't going to get too much done. Muta, surprise. As Journey's like, you weren't supposed to have those. I thought I tricked you. But nope, Sacsri is going to be able to shut that down, and that's really good that he doesn't take this damage. Getting those mutas at that time means that he's not going to really fall too far behind and have to pull too much of his army all over the place. So, well done here from Sacsri, and he's just a little bit ahead, you know? He doesn't have the same, he doesn't have that base lead, but his income is really nice, as it does match that of Journey's, until he starts to drop those mules, that's for sure. But the mutas are going to go and try to get something done. There's already 2 turrets in each of the mineral lines. Well, I say each, and then I mean that the main doesn't have any. But there is one in between the main and the natural. And there is one in the third too. Mutas, though, finding an angle, getting that supply depot. And it looks like Sacsri is going to go right into that Link Bane Muta. 1-1 is going to be done soon. He's not watching his mutas, though. Got to be very careful. Yep, going to force a stim out of Journey. And there is already the Baneling speed. That is out. Overlord speed coming too. So he will be able to keep up with those Widow Mines if he does. Well, at least the Overseer will be able to keep up with those mutas. And then he can snipe Widow Mines and whatnot. But now Journey's the one that's pushing out. He's going to be clearing a lot of this creep that is actually really nicely spread here from Sacsri. This is actually really good creep spread, but there's a lot of Overlords that don't have the speed yet. Wishing they had it, like, no, why? And Muta's actually going to be able to start taking away these medevacs. And he needs to be super careful with how he engages it. Doesn't want to lose too much, but doesn't want to lose all of his mutas to these Marines, rather. Big drop inside of the natural, though, as well. So this was only but a diversion, as a lot of these drones are going to be pulled off of the mineral line. Sacsri not going to be able to push it all the way back, as he does have to go home, but he is on the other side of the map. Big hits could happen here, but nope, not going to happen. A few drones were killed there. 8 in total have been killed this game, but yeah, I think that was the 8 that was right there, because that is he's down 8 drones at that saturation. Nice positioning here, going to force it so that he doesn't need to use Banelings in order to attack. Can't just pick it off with the mutas. And he's going to go in. You know, Sacsri going to take what he can get, and he's getting it right there. Takes out that medevac. But on the left side of the map, his 4th base is under fire. Big scan going down to get more of this creep spread. And Journey might just focus fire this. He might just go for it too. He might try to get that too. Oh, he's just going to go for it and then bounce right out of there. The mutas are actually attacking the medevacs, and a little bit of that. Oh, I was just thinking if the positioning here is good enough. Oh, this actually is really good, the way that Journey was able to use that mineral line to try to minimize how much the Banelings could do. Widowmine shots not really getting what he wanted to do. Oh, that could have been a good hit, though. But Journey does not have the supply lead here. He probably would like it, but getting that 4th base is so important. He was able to stop the mining. No more gas there, so now Sacsri has to decide on what he's going to do here. Is he just going to go into more mutas, or how? You can't tech. It's so hard to tech and make the amount of mutas and banes that you need, because he just doesn't have the 4th gas. And by 4th gas, I mean the 5th and 6th, because well, it's actually 7th and 8th. Never mind. So I think Journey is just going to take a defensive posture here. And Sacsri not going to take a defensive posture, as he is inside of the mineral line of Journey. Does have he has 2 turrets that are there. Gonna make, oh, I like that. I really do like the sensor tower, because you will be able to see if that attack does come. And shouldn't get caught too much. But this is a position where you could get caught. There's not a lot of Banelings here, though. There's a lot of mutas, actually, but the Widowmine drops are going to be there. Widowmine's going down, as they don't really get to fire off too much. A little bit anticlimactic. But on the other side of things, there is a big drop that will be able to potentially take out this base again. Well, Queen gonna actually, wow, took a good Widowmine shot there. It was minding its own business, trying to, you know, make the creep, and all of a sudden, surprise Widowmines. It's gonna get cleaned up. It's a little bit of a squad, a little task force here for Journey. Gonna get picked up by the medevac. But that is not long in this world. Maybe the medevac is, but the Marines are sure. Our goners, man. 3-3 is on the way for Journey. At least only 3 attack. Doesn't have the armor just yet. It did start now. But this is good here. Sacsri is on 2-2. Going on that kind of DRG style where he just does stay on that lair tech. Gold base trying to be taken by Sacsri is going to get taken out by a Journey once again. These drops are everywhere, and despite the fact that there are mutas out, he continues to be able to take him out. But, is he going to be able to do it? I don't think so. If he had the +3 attack, then maybe so. But there goes the medevac as well. And on the left side, every time he does something on the right side, there's something else on the left side. Sacsri, though, looking to be the one to kind of flip the script here as he does go onto the left side. Gonna get a few of those units here. But now there's a bit of a run by. There's only a bunker here. Actually, there's a siege tank. Sensor tower able to see it coming from a mile away. And yeah, that's gonna get cleaned up. Journey keeping that supply lead. His bank is starting to be a little bit better than Sacsri's. Sacsri, though, starting to mine here from that other base. He doesn't have the gases just yet. Trying to get that mineral income, because that's what he needs more at the moment. But eventually he will need the gas in order to go into that tech. Get the 3-3. Sometimes you go into ultras, but I think it's even better sometimes to just make a lot more mutas. Maybe even throw in some infestors. But, you know, the mutas are only just now getting their +1 attack. And that's a lot of Zerg, but there's also a lot of bio, and it's off of creep. Usually you don't have to take these fights that are off of creep, but he's going to do it anyway. That gives Journey a bit of time to maybe do some attack. But no, the mutas are going to be able to counterattack. And that's really nice. I love this. Terran building armor going down. Going to allow those turrets to have a little bit more armor so that the mutas can't deal with them too easily, as +1 is only just now finishing. That means that +3 is going to be a long way away, and you're not going to be able to deal with turrets that easily, especially when they have that extra building armor. So 3-3 almost done here for Journey. +3 attack, remember, is already done. So he's just waiting on that armor upgrade. But it doesn't even look like there's any kind of tech or any kind of, what's the word I'm trying to think? Some kind of end goal here for Sacsri. Like, he's in a position where he's just like, you know, I'm just going to make a bunch of mutas and a bunch of banelings and a bunch of lings and then attack and hopefully win the game. But Journey, I don't think he's letting that happen. He's not overextending onto the creep. It's almost Sacsri that's the one that is extending off of the creep. Taking a lot of creepless fights means that he trades a lot worse. So even though a battle may look pretty good sometimes, you just have to understand that it could be a lot better if it was on creep. But Journey, definitely not going to go ahead and do that. Using drops in order to do all the damage that he does. And here he goes once again. +3 attack is done. +3 armor is done. There's a few Widow Mines here. And yep, I'm going to scan that creep. Not playing it too aggressively. Even the supply lead here for Journey is much better. He's already mining from his 4th base. Still getting drops around the map. I don't know how he finds his way to do this. And it doesn't even matter that he's doing this or getting damage done. It's more so the fact that he's able to do something else on the other side of the map. But the Banelings are going to get on top of everything. Mainly the Marauders, though, so keep that in mind. I don't think there's any more Banelings here. Yeah, there's only 3 more Banelings, but a lot more are morphing in. And somehow, some way, that drop did make it into the main. This attack here is going to be so important. Marauders going in on that gold base. They could even stay for the fight. They wanted to, but no, he's actually going to fall back. Making sure to get a better, superior position. Forcing Sacsri to go off of creep again. But is he looking at his army? He is. Good splits again out of Journey. Going to do the Widow Mines, burrow them all. And that hatchery is so low. It is so low. He could have stayed and done it, but he was playing it so conservatively. I don't even know where the mutas are. Now they are here. A lot of them have gone down, though. 30 in total. He's only down to about 11 mutas in total, so he has to be super careful. Doesn't have that air dominance that he once had. He flies a little bit too close to those Marines. They are going to be able to get some good shots on those mutas. Creep spread is still pretty good here for Sacsri, even though he's getting a lot of pressure on him. He might just run on in. He's going in for it. He says, I'm done with this hatchery. Okay, maybe not. Guess like he just wants to face check the Banelings, but he will just go in, target it down. Hero Marauder on the right side. Look at that. The assist. He gets the killing blow. And now there's nothing here for Sacsri to defend. So he just falls on back onto his creep. And has to figure out what it is that he's going to do from here. He's on equal bases and he's not really mining in his main. So that's a big issue here. Not mining in the main at all. Maybe just a little bit of gas. A lot of these drones have been going down. So many. And 4 Widow Mines getting burrowed. They're so hard to see on the creep. And if Sacsri goes on for this, yeah, it is on creep. But does he have the numbers? Big Widow Mine hit incoming. And it will get a few of the Banelings, but not before they get some hits of their own. But I like this, getting those Widow Mines with those mutas. Big issue here is that Sacsri can't really get any other damage done. This is his army. Gonna get some good hits, though. Those are the best that he could ask for. And the mutas, man, if he didn't lose too many of them, he would have a really big flock. But as it is right now, Journey is pushing on in. Sacsri has made it to that Hive Tech, getting the +3/+3. Adrenal Gland's not quite yet on the way, but it's mainly because he can't afford it. That's a lot of units pushing here. The other base, they don't even pull the drones. This is a desperation move, and he's going to lose so much. Oh, big Widow Mine hit, and the Mutas are going to try it in the final stand, perhaps. A lot of medevacs that could be potentially targeted, actually, and he's pushing it back. He did not lose the base, but he lost so many drones. 42 were killed, 42 remain. Almost like perfect division, like he just did that perfectly, you know, said I'm going to pull this many drones and make this exact number, but, you know, I don't think that's actually the case here. Oh, burrowed Bailing in the midst of all of that. Really, really a cute move here, but is it going to be cute enough? As Sacsri is trying to get something done here. Once again, Planetary Fortress is going to be an unfavorable trade if Sacsri goes for it. He sees it. It is just not worth it. Doesn't feel like he can do it. And Journey, playing a super patient, very aggressive, but still super patient TVZ, not only in the game, in the match, but in the whole series as a whole.